You can call me Cliff, and I have a brand new video for you, and a new redstone contraption. But first, I have to find my base. It's somewhere around here, but I kind of forgot where it is. Wait a second, I just had an idea. If I just take this redstone torch off my head, and place it over here. Yes! Finally! There it is! Man, who knew I had hid my base with the flush and seamless 2x2 trapdoor that I was gonna show off in this video. Oh well, let's jump into the tutorial. Actually, before the tutorial, I want to actually show off just the opening and closing animation for the door. So when you open it, it opens. It takes a little while for the pistons to hide themselves, but other than that, it's pretty fast. And then when you close it, it closes really quickly. So first, I need to tell you what stuff you're gonna need to get in order to build the 2x2 flush and seamless trapdoor. So you're going to need 64 blocks, well actually 12 plus 64, so 76 blocks that are solid blocks to put redstone stuff on. Also 44 blocks just to decorate the tunnel that have no other purpose other than that. In addition, 4 of the blocks, there are going to be 4 blocks in the tunnel that have to be solid because a redstone signal is going to be put into them. And then 4 blocks that don't have to be solid but are going to be part of the actual mechanism. And 4 blocks that make up parts of the hallway, vertical hallway thing that then turn into the surface of the trapdoor. In addition to that, you're going to need 28 pieces of redstone, 24 sticky pistons, 16 redstone repeaters, 12 observers, 5 redstone torches, 4 regular pistons, 2 redstone comparators, 2 doors of any type, iron or wooden doesn't matter, 2 trapdoors, either iron or wooden, or instead of trapdoors you can use powered or activator rails. Those are more silent than the trapdoors, but for some reason I like to use trapdoors when I'm not chaining the signal together with the rails. And you're also going to need an input that acts like a lever. So first you have to figure out where you want your trapdoor to be. There is a 5 block gap between the lowest level of redstone stuff and the floor level. Also, the vertical tube that you fall through when going through your trapdoor is 2 blocks away from the edges of the area on 2 of the sides, 3 blocks away on 1 of the side, and 4 blocks away on the other side. This is the area that all the redstone is going to fit within. So you start by placing a sticky piston facing upwards right here next to the tube where you fall through, with a block on top of that. On this side, a block with redstone dust on top of it. On this side, a block with a repeater on 4 ticks facing out of the monostable circuit. Then you take that repeater into 2 blocks with redstone dust on top of them. Then blocks here with a comparator facing this way on top of this one and facing the other way on top of this one. This comparator will be going into a block up there with blocks on either side of it with redstone dust on top of them. Next, you place a block next to this piece of redstone with a redstone torch on this side of it, a block above that redstone torch with another redstone torch on this side of it, and a block above that redstone torch, a redstone repeater on 2 ticks coming out of it, a block here with a redstone repeater on 4 ticks coming out of the repeater on 2 ticks. Take that repeater into a block with a piece of redstone on top of it, and another block on top of this repeater. Next, place 4 blocks in this sort of formation here, with redstone on top of these 2, a lever on top of this one, and a redstone torch on the back of this one. Then place a sticky piston facing upwards here with a block on top of that, and a block coming out of that with a redstone repeater on 4 ticks. Take that repeater into a block with a redstone torch on the back of it, a block above that, and a redstone torch on the front of that block, and then 2 blocks above that with redstone on top of both of them. Next, place sticky pistons on the sides of these 2 blocks with regular pistons in front of them. Take an observer out of one of the regular pistons into a block, and then blocks there and there with redstone on top of both of them. Now repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Sticky pistons next to that block and this piece of redstone, regular pistons in front of them, an observer coming out of one of the regular pistons into a block, and blocks right here and here with redstone on top of both of them. Next, place observer blocks coming out of these pieces of redstone into sticky pistons facing across, with observer blocks facing to the side in front of those sticky pistons. Also, place observer blocks facing into this line of redstone with 2 sticky pistons facing up in front of each of them. Next, place blocks in between these 2 sticky pistons facing upwards. These blocks are part of the hallway that you fall through. Also, place blocks in a U fashion here with redstone dust on the bottom 2 blocks, an iron trapdoor here, and an iron door here with an observer facing out of it into another block that is part of the hallway. Now repeat that on the other side. Blocks in a U shape with redstone dust on the lower 2, an iron trapdoor on this one, an iron door on this one, with an observer block facing out of the iron door into a block that is part of the hallway. Now place blocks here and here, down here and here, and then back up on the other side here and here. And place redstone on top of all of these blocks. Then on either end of the redstone line, place sticky pistons with blocks on top of them. Next, out of this sticky piston, place 2 blocks with a repeater on 1 tick followed by a repeater on 2 tick, and an observer out of the repeater on 1 tick with a block above the observer and next to the observer, a repeater on 3 ticks on top of the block next to the observer, and then a sticky piston with a block on top of it in front of the repeater on 2 ticks, and then a block in front of the repeater on 3 ticks, and then out into a block with redstone on top of that. Now repeat the exact same thing on the other side. So 2 blocks out of the monostable circuit, repeater on 1 tick, repeater on 2 ticks, observer facing upwards into a block, block next to that with a repeater on 3 ticks, block in front of the repeater, sticky piston facing upwards with a block in front of the repeater on 2 ticks, then block out with redstone dust on top of that. Now next to this observer block, start a checkerboard pattern of blocks leading all the way up to the stuff that you just placed. Then place a piece of redstone dust on this block and a repeater on 1 tick here and on 2 ticks here and here. Now repeat the exact same thing on the other side again. So checkerboard pattern all the way up to where this observer block is. Redstone on this block, repeater on 1 tick here, and repeaters on 2 ticks here and here. And finally, place sticky pistons, 4 on this side and 4 on this side, with blocks in front of the bottom 2 that are going to be part of the tunnel, but just move to the side when it closes, and then blocks on the top 2, which actually form the top of the trapdoor. And now it should work. If you flick the lever here, it should close, and if you flick it again, it should open. But of course, you should finish up the rest of the tunnel. Just, so that you can't see any of the wiring while you go through your trapdoor. You can decorate the walls literally however you like. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, stay crafty.